Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my guide to Heroes Welcome on RuneScape 3. On screen right now is everything you need to prepare yourself as quest. I think everything on here is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to take a look, feel free to pause the video as I'm about to get straight into the quest. To start the quest, go to the area in Relka indicated by the yellow marker on this map. You can use the Ancient Lyre or the Fragments Province Lodestone to teleport near there. Talk to either Alfric or Freya, select the second chat option that says of course, and accept the quest. In a nearby clothes shop, talk to Yurza and select the first chat option that says, "Can I ask about V?" Go towards the building to southeast, talk to Pierre the Seer outside, and select the first chat option. Head inside the building to southeast and talk to Swenson the Navigator. Go to the marketplace, find Sigmund the Merchant, and select the first chat option. Go east to the Long Hall. Talk to Brunt the Chieftain and select the first chat option. You can also find Manny the Reveler in this building, talk to him, and select the first chat option. Go to the area outside this building to northeast. Talk to Olaf the Bard and select the first chat option. Return to Alfric and Freya at the docks. Talk to Alfric and Freya and select the second chat option that says, "Let me help with the planning." You'll get some questions to answer. All the answers are on screen and you select them by using the drop down menu next to each question. Then when everything looks good, click the submit button at the bottom. Should be simple enough. You'll get a cutscene after selecting all the right answers. If you get any chat options during this cutscene, you could select any one you want. They do not matter at all. After the cutscene, you'll get dropped off at some random location. Just go back to Alfric and Freya at the docks. Talk to Alfric and select the first caption that says yes. Once you're on the island, enter the cave entrance to the southwest. Talk to V and select the captions written on screen. Exit the cave. Go to the northwest corner of the island, investigate the big gnarled tree, and finish up the conversation with V. Head to the southwest corner of the island. Investigate the gnarled tree and finish up the conversation with V. There is a fishing boat a bit north, investigate that and finish talking to V. Go directly east until you reach the water. Investigate the fishing boat in the water and finish talking to V. Investigate the nearby old dock and talk to V. Go south, then slightly to the west is a second dock. Investigate this old dock and talk to V. Investigate the nearby cave entrance and talk to V again. The other cave entrance is in the middle of the island. Investigate that and talk to V. Go to the northwest corner of the island. Investigate this rock formation and finish talking to V. The second rock formation is a bit to the northeast. Investigate this rock formation and finish talking to V. Go back inside the cave to the southeast. Talk to V to get a conversation and a cutscene. Pass through the door behind V to north. You'll need 2 free inventory spaces for the next part. Search the belongings to the east to receive V's journal. Read the journal and flip through it to receive map fragments. You'll now have to solve this puzzle. You can click and drag the pieces from the right side and put them in the proper place on the left side. The video playing in the background is me actually doing it, but the solution to it or the end result is on the left side of the video. That's what it's supposed to look like. I'm not sure, but I'm assuming the pieces on the right might be randomized, therefore making it difficult to follow. You could try it, but it's actually pretty easy to do on your own. This one's actually pretty simple as far as quest puzzles go. Luckily, you don't have to rotate these pieces to see how they fit, as they're already facing the right way, so you just have to drag them into place. One tip that I have though is I would start with the pieces with the more distinguishable images on them, and then eventually the rest of it just becomes more clear as you're only left with a few pieces. You're now going to go by a Slayer Master Kuradal in the Ancient Cavern. You can teleport directly there using the Ferocious Ring or Slayer Cape. Fairy Ring code BJQ. The map on screen is if you're using the Games Necklace or walking there, you would teleport or walk to a Barbarian Outpost, and the yellow marker points you to a whirlpool that you can jump into, which takes you to the Ancient Cavern. If you're coming from the Fairy Ring or the whirlpool, when you're inside the cavern, there's some stairs or steps in the southwest corner that you can go up, and then when you go up those stairs, you'll be at Kuradal. From Kuradal, head south along the west wall. There's an ancient door there. Use your soft clay on the ancient door to get an impression of the key slot. Head north and climb down the steps. Go northeast and find some stairs along the east wall. Have your Dragonfire protection ready as there are mithril dragons up there, and then climb the stairs. Use the mithril bar on the dragon until it turns into a dragon mithril key. You may need to attack it first, and this may take a few tries to do. Once you have the key, go back to the ancient door. Use the key on the door and you get a message saying the door is unlocked. You need Dragonfire protection once again, but I assume it's probably still active from before. Attempt to open the door, and it's like the first chapter says, yes, I'm ready. Once inside, kill the admit dragon. You'll get a cutscene after his fight. After the cutscene, run to the next room to the west. Go to the third platform and jump to the stepping stone in the southwest corner. Jump to the next 2 stepping stones to the northeast. Jump to 2 stepping stones to the northwest. Jump to the stepping stone to the southwest, then onto a platform to the west. Open search the chest to receive a Dragonkin key. Jump to 2 stepping stones to the northeast and go into the area to the north. In that area, you may notice there are squares on the ground. Those are pressure plates. Whatever you do for this next part, absolutely do not step on those. There's a stack of crates along the east wall. Work your way around the pressure plates to get to them and push the crates exactly 2 times. Be careful because the crates cannot touch the pressure plates either. Go around the pressure plates to the 3 crates to the north. Stand right here behind the closest crate and push it exactly 2 times. It'll move both crates. Once again, be careful it doesn't land on the pressure plate. Push the crate to the east twice, which will put it inside the wall. You can now get around to the most northern crate. Push that crate to the west once. Run around the pressure plate to get to the other side of the crate to the south. Push this crate north once. You now have a path to get out of this little area. Once you're out, go east and open the door. You'll need 2 free inventory spaces if you don't already have it. Open search the chest to receive some notes and a Dragonkin protection charm. Wear the Dragonkin protection charm and read the notes. Before continuing the quest, you should go to the bank. Do not get rid of any items you have tamed so far, but you should definitely fill up your inventory with food, and I also recommend summoning a Beast of Burden to hold more food. When you're ready, go to the bottom floor of the Groutworm lair around the area where the Queen Black Dragon is. Go to the western side of this area. You're going to see some stairs here. Climb down and you get a cutscene. There's a fight after this cutscene, and the time for that is written on screen if you want to see how it's done. After the cutscene, you'll get into a fight, which is pretty simple actually. First thing you should do is take some Dragonfire protection. The protect or deflect melee prayer will do some of the damage, and the only attack from your enemy that you need to look out for is he does a slam attack. It will literally say on your screen, he's charging up for a slam, move out of the way. So guess what you gotta do? Just move out of the way. As long as you do that, you should be fine. After the fight and the other cutscene you get afterwards, talk to Phalanx and select the 5th chapter and says, I'm done here. You're now going to go to the bank again. You no longer need any items that you obtained throughout the quest, so you could bank all that except for the Dragonkin protective charm, but you should be wearing that anyways. Do not take that off. All you really need is combat related stuff, so stat boosting potions such as overloads, prayer potions. You could probably get away with just 1 prayer potion. Dragonfire protection, restock on food obviously, and you should definitely bring a beast of burden with food now if you don't already have one from before. The next place you'll be going to is near the resource dungeon in the Brimhaven dungeon. You can pretty much go there directly using either the Dungeoneering skill cape or Horde Stalker ring. If you have neither, the Karamja lodestone will get you decently close, but it still requires a bit of walking afterwards. I'm putting up a map for those that may have to walk and don't know where to go. On the left side of the screen is the outside part of the dungeon. The entrance is right next to the Karamja lodestone. Then when you're inside, you'll be in this dungeon on the right side of the screen. You'll be in the top right hand corner. You have to work your way down to where the iron steel dragons are. Feel free to pause if you need it because I'm going to move on with the guide. I would highly recommend watching this next part of me showing the fight before going in and attempting it yourself because it can get quite complicated. A bit south of the resource dungeon along the west wall is a tunnel. When you are ready for the fight, you would take your Dragonfire protection and enter a tunnel. You get a cutscene featuring this ugly Dragonkin science experiment gone wrong or whatever this thing is supposed to be. There are two phases to this fight, but the first phase isn't actually a fight, as in you can't attack him, but he can attack you. So you have to look out for all his attacks, which fortunately, they're actually very easy to spot and avoid. He pretty much stays in the middle of the room. The first attack is a fire breath thing, but he doesn't target you directly. He starts at a random spot in whatever direction he's facing, and he'll continually use this attack while spinning in a circle, but he does it very slowly, so you definitely see it coming. Obviously, just stay away from that. The second type of attack he does is a slam attack, similar to how the Dragonkin you fought earlier did it. It'll tell you when he's charging up his slam, but the attack doesn't necessarily target you. It's usually, once again, just in whatever random direction he's already facing, so just stay out of his way. The third type of attack is a fireball looking thing, but they call it a fire bomb. I don't think you actually take a lot of damage on the initial hit, but it does set you on fire, which will deal consistent damage. If that happens, you can get rid of the fire by standing in the water in the northeast or southwest corner of the room. The best way to avoid all his attacks altogether is just to make sure you watch him and try to get out of the way when he looks like he's facing your direction, regardless of what attack he's doing. But anyways, while you're avoiding these attacks, you have to do something. There are 4 pillars around the room to the northwest, east, and south. The first thing you need to do is mine each pillar until you can't do it anymore, as in mine it to the point where you no longer have the option to do so. Obviously, you can't stay at a single pillar for too long while avoiding his attacks, so what I would do is just rotate between the 4 until you get it. Then after that, after you mine the pillar to a point where you can't mine it anymore, you do not have to wait for all 4 pillars to be broken down to do this. You can do this one at a time if, one just happens to be broken down already. Regardless, when a pillar is broken down, you want to stand next to it, wait for the monster to do his fireball/firebomb attack. You're going to have to use yourself as bait and take the hit on this one. His firebomb attack is what destroys the pillar completely. Your overall objective is to destroy all 4 pillars. You can also physically see the pillar being broken down, by the way. When it's all said and done, you'll know you've done it correctly when the top portion of the pillar is missing, and when you get all 4, you'll get a cutscene watching the roof collapse on the monster. The second phase of the fight is the actual fight. What I did is go to one of the corners of the room where the water is and stand there. It will keep the fire attacks off you, and there's also falling rocks here that will help kill him, but it will also hurt you as well, so watch out for that. You should be fine though as long as you keep your HP up. Also, I don't know if this works, but if you look closely at my video, there's actually a section of the water that looks like the rocks aren't hitting. I was trying to stand there, but it wouldn't let me. I don't know, maybe you could try it and have better luck, but regardless, I came out victorious standing where I was. But yeah, that's pretty much it. When you're ready for the fight, step through the tunnel. Watch the cutscene after the fight. You can select any chapters you want when you get them. After the cutscene, when you're back outside, go back to the area in Relica where you start the quest. Talk to Alfred and Freya and select the first chapter that says yes to travel to the island. Enter the cave entrance. Go north and pass through a door. Talk to Alfred and Freya, and that's going to end the quest. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for future videos to come if you haven't already. Catch you later. Peace.